Happy Wednesday night, you guys. What's going on? Just about 10 o'clock, so we'll let everybody get their seats and then we'll get started, all right? So, good to see you guys. What's going on? Welcome. Broadcasting live here from cold and snowy Detroit, Michigan. So, sending peace and love to you guys and thinking about spring. Thinking about my Detroit Lions, not making it to the Super Bowl, So congratulations to all the fans out there of those other two stupid teams that are going to the Super Bowl. But you know what I'm saying. Peace and love. But what's going on, you guys? Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here tonight. We're going to have fun, all right? And tonight, guys, you guys picked out this show tonight. So, yeah, dude, for sure. Of course, get comfortable. We got some cards to work on tonight, so get comfy. I'll teach you something, all right? Yeah, that is so funny. Soaking to the east, soaking to the west. You guys, man, I love you guys. Thanks for a great January, guys. Very busy over here. You always push me to, get better at this stuff. When I used to just work on my own cards or a handful of stuff, it would just be, stuff that Basically, I'm saying you push me in a good way, and I appreciate you guys. It's a good relationship. And if you like learning from me, I appreciate you guys teaching, asking me all these great questions, Yeah, man. I hope. Hey, good. All good is over here, man. And I just joke about the Lions because, when you grow up in Metro Detroit, it's just you're just used to the Lions sucking. So when they got there this past week, and it was halftime, my boys, my sons, I got two boys, and they were like, "Dad, the Lions are going to the Super Bowl," and it's a freaking halftime, right? And as much as in my heart, I'm like, "Oh, they're going." I'm sitting there and I say to him, I go, "Dude, I was your age when they pulled this before. I was your exact age when they got to this NFC championship game before. And they broke my heart and they broke it for 32 years since." So, but no, good game for the Lions. I'm happy to see them. What's up, you guys? Good to see everybody. So here's what we're going to do. Let's get started. Let's learn some stuff tonight because I wasn't trying to be cute when I said in my teaser, if you watched, I want to do something new. Tonight I got something new that I want to show you that I've never filmed before, but I think it's pretty cool. And you guys, I appreciate all the viewers and everybody. And tonight I will absolutely answer as many questions as I can. But it's hard for me to give clear descriptions. I saw somebody ask me if I worked on a certain type of Pokemon card. I am not sure. I'm not a Pokemon collector, but I've worked on a variety of them. On my website, you guys, if anybody needs best practices, I have a drop down that says the do's and do nots. Okay, so I enjoy them. They look great, and I've worked on a bunch of them, but I do know that there's a few that, just like on sports cards, you don't want to clean over autographs. You don't want to clean over foil numbers. There's a few TCG cards, Pokemon, where they have some fancy Pokeballs and some unique stuff on the front that you just want to be careful with. But let's do this, you guys. Let me turn this thing around, and I'll show you what we're going to do tonight. So let me get situated here, and we will have fun. All right, so... Man, I would love to come to the Fenway Card Show in May. January obviously is over. February, we got busy stuff here just at the family. March, we got family spring break. But after that, man, I really want to come out and see you guys as much as I can in your cool places around the country. I would love to come. I would love to come. So if anybody ever thinks of me and you ever have a cool card show you're promoting or putting on, hit me up, man. I'd love the excuse to come out and network and see everybody. Hey, cool. Carrie said, just getting back into the hobby after a break and wanting to work on some cards. Welcome. I tell you what, I think I can't speak for all of us, but it keeps me motivated in collecting because I just always like little projects. I really like all the cards. And I feel like when you like to work on cards, it's fun to collect them from 90s metal cards, and then we got our 80s paper. This is from 1949, how cool. 1938, 39 over here. So I've always liked that about cleaning cards and prepping cards because it's fun to do that. And the UK, man, top of the list, no doubt. I would absolutely love to come over to the United Kingdom. I'd like to come hang out with all you guys. I'm glad that you guys would want to hang out with me, man. It makes me feel good. A lot of times I can be kind of quiet and the guy that stands in the back, but being able to talk about cards really opens me up, and I always feel comfortable walking into a card show. It's funny, like I can walk into a dinner party with a bunch of adults I never met, and I feel so awkward, like I don't know what to say to anybody. But then I hang out with a bunch of collectors, and I'm like, oh, it's my people. You know, I can talk to you guys, you know? So let's get started on these, you guys. Here's what I was thinking about. So there's a lot we can do, but I just want to do some examples tonight. So like the staining in the corners. I've had, and you guys are the best, because I don't want you to be at home going, what am I doing, or what how do I do this better? But you see like the stains in the corners. I've had many guys reach out to me and say, hey Kurt, I love the card spray, man, but I think I got a little too wild. I think I was putting it on too heavy because I'm getting some lines all right there, you know? And I said, don't worry, guys. I can help you with that. I go, I've done that before, too. So, like, let me give you a little bit of theory, and then we're going to break it down. It's a little bit easier to see on this one. So, here's the thing. With card spray, it works great. You know, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do with it. But when it comes to working on edges and corners, like, we got to do a little pretending. So, like, this card, you guys see how it's, like, got a dent and it's dirty and stuff. This card could easily take a card soaking, no problem. This is just one of my base cards, you know, for experiments. I don't want to do all that tonight. You guys know how to do that. But if you're working on a card, let's pretend this one's like a 7 or something like that, and you just had like one bad corner, and you got out, like, let's say you were using, I don't know, a Q-tip or something, or what do we got? I usually use the Tortillon. So using the Tortillon, you're getting some moisture in there, and you're getting your corner looking good, and then you're like, oh no, I put too much in there, and now it's all, and then it dries, and you're like, God darn it, I got this line there. What the heck did I do? Don't feel bad. Here's the thing. You put too much spray on. When you're using spray, you either you want to use this stuff like sauce and pour it all over it, or you just want to use little teeny bits at a time. You want to use it like salt and pepper, or like sauce. You know what I mean? So in this case, we're just going to use it a little bit, okay? So if you guys, and it doesn't have to be on your own mistake, but I mean, I just had a lot of collectors tell me, Kurt, I made a mistake. So I want to, like, you know, show people what's going on. So whether you made this mistake or not, if you see any hard water stains on a relatively really good card, if you guys are just watching this right now going, well, Kurt, why wouldn't you soak it? I would, but just pretend all that's not there. I'm just saying, if you have a really good card and you made an error by putting too much spray in there, all right? So let me show you, okay? And we're going to do the top and bottom. So when this happens, you got to go in and you got to get it wet again, okay? You got to get it wet again. You can't, nothing else is going to take it away. But the thing is, how it got stained here was because we just packed this corner and got it super wet. And then it was like soaked, then dry. Too much. You can't have it be so, you got to have it taper out and fade out a little bit. If you're just going to do a little corner work or a little edge work, you're welcome to use card spray. But don't pack it in, just little bits, okay? Because then you'll get those hard stains on the front, and then those hard stains on the back. All right, so I want to fix this one before we even wrap up tonight. I don't want this to turn into an all-night project. It shouldn't, okay? And thank you guys so much for being here tonight. And if you're new, guys, I'm Kurt with Kurt's Card Care, and I love working on sports cards and gaming cards and old stuff and cool stuff. And if you like that too, you found the right place. So you're welcome here, and I'm happy that you are here. And what I'm doing right here, what you're seeing is I'm just using a little bit of my card spray. I'm just getting a little bit on the table here because I'm going to use it. That's what I'm doing. So what we're going to do is I need to reactivate these areas. We're going to get rid of hard spots in the corner. Okay, we're going to get rid of these. So what I want to do, get a little piece of cotton. All right. And then we're going to, let me zoom out here. I'm just going to get it a little damp. I'm just feeling it on my hand. So what we need to do is go in here and not only get that spot wet again. You see it? See it? Now I'm highlighting it. You can see how it's different. It's harder in there. I'm going to go pretty much top right corner. Top right, you know, like I gotta spread it out and tap it out. Okay, let's just do both while we're at it. Let's do the bottom one too.
And I hope you guys are doing all right this winter, man. I know a lot of viewers here probably are in warm climates, but man, this is the time of year where I'm just like, I can't wait for the spring to come back around, man. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. All right, so that, and then what we're going to do is I want to do the same thing on the front because we got those kind of hard spots up there in the corner. I just want to, and I'm going to do the same exact thing, just taper it out. So if you guys have any cards in your collection, or you ever see a card at a show or at an auction or something like that that has like a heavy moisture stain, chances are you can make a nice improvement with it. Now, if it's an oil or something real dark or real heavy, you got variables there. But when it comes to something you can identify as like water stain or a liquid stain like that, you can usually get it to go away. So check it out. Now I want it to all dry evenly. So let's just hide it. We're going to cover it up. Okay? So we're going to cover it up and we're going to check on it here in a little bit. So stay tuned. You got to stay to the end. This is the treat that we're going to look at later. So the whole concept of that was, guys, to go back when you have a hard stain or one of those spots. So we're going to do one more. The only way I really know how to fix an issue like that is to go in with what caused it. So liquid caused that. You got to go in with liquid and fix it. This will be a fun card. I think I'm going to save this one and try to get that letter off it at some point too. It's just one of my many base cards that I like to, learn this stuff on. So same deal. Let's get it right here. And I also want you to visualize something. I want you guys to visualize when you're doing this that you're just activating the topmost layer of the card. You're not. Let's do one that's easy to remember. We'll do that bottom one. We'll do all of them, but I just want you guys to remember it. I did take a picture, so I'll do a before and after. But I want you to picture activating the top coat, but not like soaking it all the way through. Just picture yourself, and I'm just doing these quick taps like that, just to pack in a little bit of moisture on the top of the card, but I don't want to soak it all the way through. That's how it happened in the first place, was it got too much moisture in a small spot, and it dried too quickly. So that's why we're going to do all four corners like that. Let's take a look at the front. A little hard to tell on the front as much as it was easier to see on the back. But I'm going to do the same thing because I can still see some yellowing down here. And this card, again, this would be another card that you could do a full card soak on. So I'm just saying, just pretend with me that everything else is perfect. We're just trying to get those corners to not be as nasty. All right? So what we're going to do, let's cover this thing up. Hey guys, what's going on? Thanks for being here tonight. It's awesome to be able to connect with everybody. So let me grab two more. And tonight, you guys, tonight will be fun, but I don't think I'm going to keep you for super duper long because everything I had tonight is important, but it was nothing like super duper time consuming. So if you got time, hang around, all right? So got two of those in there, okay? And this is going to be how you get rid of the hard stains on the corners, whether it's from using too much card spray on accident, which is totally fine. It happens. Or if you just found a dirty card on the internet and you're like, hey, I need to get the moisture ugliness out of there. That's how you do it. So we're going to hold these, okay? So there we go. And thanks again, guys, for being here tonight. I appreciate everybody's time. I know on Instagram there's a million things to watch, so I appreciate you being here. So there's that. We're going to hold these to the side. Remind me, we're going to get them at the end. And hopefully they'll be pretty dry by then. Let's do something here. So check this out. This was unique. So one of my card buddies, one of my friends from Instagram hit me up, and he had like 3 cards that were 87 Fleers, and they all looked that nice on the front. And he said, hey, Kurt, I'm getting into grading cards, and I think that what am I missing, man? He's like, why would this be a 5? And I said, I have no clue. I said, but you can, crack it open, take a look. He said, hey, I'll gift one to the show. So thank you for this. I had to take the Pistons one because it's Isaiah Thomas and I'm a Detroiter, so it's like I couldn't take the Patrick Ewing or the, what else did he have? The Hakeem Olajuwon, and they are all 5s. So like I was thinking to myself, I love the 87 Jordan. I love the 86 Jordan, but I think the 87 Jordan is probably one of the most classy looking cards. I just love the picture. It just reminds me of Michael Jordan. It just catches them, So I always thought to myself, if there was other ways to like clean up cards like this, then I'll be going and looking for my Michael Jordans. You know what I mean? And hey, Mitchell, thanks, man. Good to see another Detroiter. Or Michael, I teach it, buddy. I don't hook up and clean them for you, man. But I'll always teach you how to do it. So that's what I do, buddy. So cool though to meet another Metro Detroiter on here. So go Pistons back in the day, I guess. So let me show you guys what I noticed on here. So I popped this thing open earlier, and let's inspect this thing together. It sure doesn't look like a 5 to me on the front so far. Hang tight. There's more. I'm not very good at building suspense, but I'm trying, okay? Casual collector. You know what? It took me for the optic to dry fully probably 4 or 5 days. It was cool to the touch the whole time. So but I got one at PSA and one at SGC right now. So when those modern cards come back from soaking, win, lose, or draw, I'm going to tell you guys how it goes, all right? So now let's look at the back. So PSA 5. Front looks great. All right. Yes, dry all those modern era cards slow, you guys. Absolutely. Slow is the key. Just like I put those 2 cards in tonight in the little pads, drying something fast is not the key. You want something to dry slow so it cures and it's nice, So 4 to 6, Ulysses, exactly right. I'm right with you on that one. So then the back, you guys, look at this. You see the wax on the back of this? Now, I was a kid when these came out, you know what I mean? So I can't say I have memories of opening up 87 Fleer. I did, I was probably like 6, 7. Maybe I was too young. But like, I remember all the wax being on the back of the stickers. But I even had a lot of these personally, and I never ran into like this buildup on the back of a paper card. So I'm thinking, I got a lot of smart guys watching this thing right now. That's got to be it, right? That's got to be it. But like a 5 for natural, and I don't even know if it's natural residue, but it does look like it's from the pack. But I always thought the sticker was on the back. So maybe someone that knows more than me about opening these packs could tell me that. But that's got to be the 5, right? So here's the thing. It's like this weird stuff, and I think here's when I was talking earlier about, hey, I'm going to try something new. I usually do not use card polish on raw paper finishes because it's great for shiny finishes. It's great for, just that's what it's made for. I make it for polyurethanes to make a shine like that come back. And you guys know, you guys that use it, like it's great for stuff like that. But then when it comes to this stuff on the back, I just want to give it a test. Because I use the card polish all the time on the back of stickers to remove this type of stuff. And I just figured since we do this stuff live and it's a 5 and it's like, what's there to lose? Maybe we could just gain some knowledge. Let's try to do this, because there has been a few times where I have an old baseball card. Think like 51 Bowman, like the little Bowmans where they have little stains on the back. There's been times where I've put a little bit of polish on the back of there real quick and it got the card wet, and I wipe it and it's like eating the little piece of like wax off. So I'm going to, let's just do one thing at a time. And that's exactly the one I want to start with. I want to see if polish is a good option for this, because I will happily send this back to PSA just for a point of reference. Like, it's pretty shocking to me. I mean, the edges aren't 100% perfect, but just 5 seems low, and I know that that's got to be a huge reason why. Okay, and here's the thing: it's like a wax. So like if I soaked this or something like that, it's not going to do anything. Like it's just not going to budge the same way. So that's why I'm going to go polish, because polish is good on waxy stuff. And it could be wax. Hey, if it's icing from a donut, we're going to get it real quick. But anyways, enough talk. Let's just mess around and see what we can do. We're here to have some fun and try some stuff out. And that's what I love about the Wednesday Night Live, you guys, is like I can bring you in on stuff that I do, but it's like I would feel bad making a big long video like this if it sucked, you know, it was like, or if there was no teaching involved in it, you know what I mean? So, but when we can freestyle like this, it's fun. Why not? So here's what I predict. I predict it's gonna, I'll probably get the card wet. I mean, that's gonna happen, but let's just work on one spot at a time. And I'm gonna go quick because, you know, like why not? Whatever. You know, I don't want it to like stay on there too much. I always treat it like it's so valuable, you know what I mean? And I know we're just testing and having fun here, but anybody tell me, chime in. I've had a lot of 87 Fleer cards, and I have not had this type of buildup on the back of them. So when you wipe it off quickly, you'll see that it takes in the back takes in the moisture. But if it's just like the other waxes from the pack, I'm thinking this should do it. It might get a little ugly before it gets pretty. I mean, it might get wet back here, but at least give it a shot. I just never, you know, Fig Jam says, you know, could you warm it up with a hairdryer and wipe it up cotton? The only thing I'd think of is if I get it warm, it's going to bake in there even further. In my mind, I guess. You know what I mean? So what I was thinking was if I can get this card, if I can get the polish to activate that stuff and wipe it off, and if I move quick, I'll get it. But if I get this thing soaked, I'm going to start screwing up the surface. You know what I mean? So I'm going to stop right after this one right here. That's all I want to do on this side. And we're going to let that side dry because you guys can see that it's wet, right? And you can still see the stuff in there. That's fine. As you know, some card care takes like 5 minutes. Some card care takes like 5 days. But if this was a perfectly centered Jordan and it was a 5 and this was on the back and this is all it takes is just some patience and, you know, working this junk off a little bit at a time. Okay, I'll raise my hand. Sign me up. I'll do it. But it's just a weird surface, and I usually don't ever need card polish on the back of a paper card because it would do nothing. It just does nothing. But in this case, it might do something. All right. So let me read some questions, you guys. I feel like I'm being like antisocial. I'm sorry. Okay. So this one right here, you guys, is just going to dry on the table. We're just going to let this dry on the table. And I think we might make some progress. This could be super kick-ass, you guys. I know I get so excited about these little things, but I love easy stuff too. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I love those when I'm editing a video of a Honus Wagner or a Cy Young that took me 3 days. Hell yeah, I'm ready to show you guys. I'm like, check this out. You know, it's been working on this damn thing for a week. But you know what? There ain't no shame in my game when it comes to saying, hey, look at this. It took me 3 minutes. You know what I mean? So let's do this. All right, I'm gonna let it hang out. All right, and now I'm gonna let it hang out. And I think that this will evaporate, you guys, because the base of the polish evaporates fully. So it will. I bet you 4, maybe 5, 10 minutes, maybe tops. Because I didn't like to. I'm going to come back to West Coast. Good point. I didn't want to do too much to it because, look at guys, we're getting progress. This is when I get excited. So hold on. This is, to me, you guys, this is cool as hell. All right. This could be a really, really good thing. Hold on. Remember how shiny it was? I promise you guys, I'm not dogging you. I'm not doing cheesy lighting here. I got 3 lights on this thing. Well, let's get even a better one. Check it out. That is so freaking kick-ass. It's going away. It sucks to show you on a white. But can you guys see it? That went way freaking better than I thought. I thought I was going to be working on this thing all night. I didn't know if that was going to lift up. If anybody's out there, can you guys confirm with me? Can you see it? Because I'm not losing my mind, am I? So look, I got a light right here, a light right here, and a light right here, and I'm trying to get that I'm trying to catch the shine. Here, watch. Look at this. Look at, that's how shiny this area is. See the lights? That's what I'm working with. Now look. It worked. Good. Well, dude, extreme, I just read somebody said, hey, I use this method too. Well, why didn't you tell me, dude? That freaking rocks. So polish on the back of a paper card totally killed the wax. Dude, that's good. So check that out, boys. Anytime you see an 87 Fleer that looks freaking rad on the front, I'm so pumped about this. I've never done that. Out of all the crazy things I do. Yeah, come on, Extreme Sports Card. Dude, why are you leaving me hanging? Good question. Amp Blue Studio? No, listen. All paper, and I'm not catching any wax on my fingernail. I'm confident to tell you guys do that. I can tell you confidently, do that. And why did I use card polish instead of card spray? Because card spray is going to soak it, man. It's going to get soaked. And it's just going to be a wet spot. That freaking kicked ass. So look at it. I still got a little bit of it in there. Let's just do it again. So yeah, the guys, it was a 5. And that's where I was like so excited about to show this to you guys. Because I'm just like, look if we, because I was, and I'm sorry that I ramble sometimes, but just deal with me. I'll get through it. But the thing was, I've had a ton of 87 Fleer without that on the back. Never seen that on the back. Then this card, a friend sent to me just as a demo, just to do it. He said, I don't get why it's a 5. So I popped it open today, and that was the only thing I could find. There's like a little edge touch. Stuff I can fix, but it's not like a 5. So there might be a little bit still right there. I want to do it again. And I will get it graded again, you guys, just for the fun of it. Yeah, that was cool. I did not, I never tried, so that was great. Oh, let me read some questions, you guys. Hold on. I'm going to get questions, I promise. And then we're going to check on, our stained corners and stained edges. So this was less than this was just minutes it took to evaporate. So I'm not scrubbing, you guys. The polish will do the job. I just need it to get on there. And then I'll put it to the side. I did take pictures too of this, you guys, so we'll do some tight pictures of it. But I'm not a professional grader of any type of cars, but I've been around them long enough, and I can tell you that I don't think this is a PSA 5 anymore. I think PSA would agree with me. All right, let's put that to the side. So I'm happy with this. This is big, This is sweet. So that's that. So cool on that. Let me, you guys, read. Josh asked me if I use any sort of heat for prism dents. No, man, I haven't really been able to get much prism dents on the front of a car to go away. Oh, I haven't heard anything about the PSA website today. I used the app earlier. The app was working. I'm sure that it won't be down for long, man. That's their bank account is connected to that website, so I'm sure it'll be up and moving it. Good question here. I don't think that's a noob question at all. I like their question. So let me come back to you guys for a second. I need to take a break for a second. That was cool as hell. So did you get? I feel like sometimes I'm like rambling and I'm trying to explain stuff, but that makes sense, you guys. I never ever had wax stains on the back of the paper side like that, or maybe just not enough where I ever paid attention. And I'm a very picky person. And it looks freaking awesome. It's awesome. It looks fantastic. So for our sake tonight, I'll get this card graded again. It's got to be better than a 5. But I will maybe I'll make a video tomorrow if you guys want to see any edge stuff or whatever. It's got a little bit of edge issues. It would take forever tonight, so I won't bother with that tonight because I want to do some Topps Finest, and then we're going to come back to the
two corners that we worked on. All right, but let me, you guys, I thank you so much for the questions, and thanks for all my friends on here that answer the questions and know how to help the other guys out. Like, I love that. It's just an open-handed community, which I truly, appreciate. Yeah, I think it definitely popped up a couple points. Yeah, I think so. And look, wouldn't that be just like a home run to find an MJ that is that centered? Because you know how those cards are always sitting high or sitting low? They're always off on these cards. You find a great looking MJ with that on the back and you can clean it in like 4 minutes. Whew, I'd be so proud of myself. I'd be so excited. So I like that. All right, so let's do this, you guys. I've had so many new like customers, I guess, new people that are getting into card care. And a lot of times I'm having guys reach out to me, or even people that have had kits for like a month and they're like, Kurt, I don't even know what to, I've had a kit now, what should I start doing? And then they'll show me like a picture of like a Michael Jordan rookie card. And they're like, what do you think I should do to this? And I'm like, nothing yet, like, don't just trust your animal instincts. If you are like anxious or like, hey, where do I start with? Let's do some easy fun stuff. Let me show you guys what got me into this. And that was basically making the front of cards look pretty again. And it wasn't some thought out business, or I never thought I'd be sitting here talking to collectors all over the place, doing this weekly and daily and for a living. It was just me liking to work on the random cards I collect. You know what I mean? So like this was where I started, and it was working on pretty much my favorite basketball cards from the 80s and 90s. And let's do that next. So my point is, if you're new, cool. Don't get out your expensive stuff yet. Learn on all of the millions of abundant base cards that you have. Have a good base card collection. You know what I mean? It makes a big it makes it a lot easier to get comfortable working on different stuff. You know what I mean? So let me just read up here, guys. So if you see me looking over here, it's because I got my phone, but I can't really read all the questions on my phone. I got to kind of bounce over here, right? Somebody wrote, do I get any heat from the purist? I'm the purist, you guys. I'm the purist. So if we ain't throwing that word around. Are we calling somebody that is grumpy and wants to like condescend on other people a purist? No, I call that a person that probably has a lot more, that says a lot more about somebody than it says about somebody else. So I'm the purist, and you are too. And if you like to bring your stuff back to the showroom condition and the beauty that it once was, you guys, I collect guitars. I collect automobiles. I grew up in a family that is artists and restoration professionals. We're the purists. So let's not throw that name around to like haters or trolls, please. So now let's move on here, you guys, and we will do some Topps Finest, all right? So let's do that next, and let me flip this thing around and we'll go from there, all right? So this is like my little box here that always keeps on giving, okay? So this is just cards that I've had for ages, and they always make good demonstrations because they're fun to work on and they're easy. Here, let's look at our Isaiah Thomas one more time. Pretty dang good, man. 5 no more, I'd say. I'll grade it though. It's worth it's worth the $20 or whatever, so no problem. So then, for my friends that are like, and this is also for the guys that say, Kurt, I have 2 left hands. I don't know how to do this. I'm never going to be good at this. And I say, stop all that. I'm like, do you always count yourself out before you ever get started? Don't tell me that. There's so much stuff that I sucked at the first time that I tried it. And sometimes I sucked so bad that I didn't do it again, but at least you got to try. You know what I mean? So check this out, you guys. This would be a common 90s thing. These cards will get a little bit of a curl to them over the years. And then they almost get like a patina, a film, a stain to them. But like you see how they're just super cloudy. They get like that over time. So let's just grab a Karl Malone. Let's do Karl. And so let's zoom in on this now, you guys. Like, so when you see a card like that, let's do a side by side. All right. So we'll do if I have any doubles. We'll just see if I have any doubles in here. Okay. Well, let's just do Benoit Benjamin. Let's do that.
So we got 2 of them. We'll do a side by side. So we'll do a before and after. Even though it's 2 different cards, I think you get the point. You know what I mean? Okay, so they pretty much look the same, right? So the good question: does the polish work on bluing and greening of early chrome? No, Valley Check. No, it does not. If you guys have blue or greening, unfortunately, it is it's the result of a syndrome or a reaction called ultraviolet degradation, and it just doesn't change. It's inside the plastic, man. So unfortunately, no. I wish I could, but so let's do this, you guys. First, since they are pretty cloudy, I'm just going to do one. So this will be our before, okay? And then this will be our after. So let me show you just an easy thing that everybody here can do. Whether you're left-handed, right-handed, what's everybody else tell me? They have no artistic abilities. I'm like, you don't have to have artistic abilities. Just copy me. I made all the stuff for you. I made all the videos. You just gotta watch it and give it a shot. Have fun. Don't get a paralysis by analysis. It's ultraviolet degradation is what it's called. If you guys want to look it up, it happened to a lot of automobiles too. Since I grew up in a car family, and in the 90s, a lot of plastic was not only used for sports cars, but a lot more plastic, was in production in vehicles, and the headlights would turn yellow, a lot of stuff, So there's when you can sand it down, like on a headlight, you can get rid of it, but you can't really sand down the front of a card because there's not a heavy clear coat on it, heavy enough to where it could ever take something like that. So it's kind of screwed. But I mean, there could be people out there way smarter than me that know how to do stuff like that. I've seen people clean up like instruments that have the yellow, like keyboards that get yellow over time and stuff like that. I've seen that. And I've seen people like use peroxide and stuff like that to know how to do it and activate it and all that stuff. But like, I just don't know how that would exactly penetrate a sports card. So maybe more tests in the future, but it just seems like a lot of work. And I don't know for the results, I guess, So now, here, we'll just put this to the side. So if you're new, you guys, here's what I want you to do. Always use your card mat and be comfortable. You don't have to like work on a card like it's always in the same position, like top to bottom. Like, just get comfortable with it. And pretend this is a valuable card, Treat them all the same, just so you have good... so you just have like a good set of like muscle memory and practice, So like the reason, and I'll usually wear gloves, you guys, being that we're just working on kind of the stuff like not the most expensive stuff tonight. I just chose not to, if that's cool. But you can always wear gloves when you're working on these types of cards because we're trying to eliminate oils and fingerprints. And a good thing to stop fingerprints getting on there is just having an oversized sleeve. And I'll apply the card polish like that. And then you guys always wipe off towards one angle, or towards one direction. You don't want to be going back and forth on cards. You don't want to come back and catch one of these edges. And anybody that's on here that's worked on cards a long time has done that. And it sucks. And you're so mad at yourself because you know better. So don't go fast. This is not a speed sport. This is cleaning cards and working on cards is your time to chill the F out and relax. And if you do it right, you'll make some improvements, and that equals more good stuff in the future. I got a question about Yu-Gi-Oh! You know what, man? And tell me, I'm just going to be honest, and you guys tell me what I'm missing. I feel like most Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon and stuff like that are so similar that once I clean them and they look a little bit better, I feel like that's what I know how to do with them. Now, I could just do more to have more content of different Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters or stuff like that, but I just sometimes feel like I'm like, I don't know what else to do with them, because all I can really do successfully is clean them. I haven't been very successful ever getting like creases out of them or dents out of them. So with sports cards, I wouldn't be very good at getting creases out of this card, but vintage I could. It's just I tried to give you like effective plays and effective things to do, you know what I mean? But I think they're cool looking, and I'll do more if you guys just enjoy watching them. But if there's any other common problems that you ever see on a Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something like that, let me know. Okay, I'm cleaning the back of this card, you guys, and let me show you something. There's like that spot. I don't know what that is, but it's very... This is what card spraying, card polish kicks ass at. Like, it's like something... I don't even know how the hell stuff gets in here. I had these cards in here forever, and I don't put anything sticky or anything gross on them. And there was nothing on them, but it's just almost like, I don't know, it's just the atmosphere over years just grows weird stuff on them. All right, so as you can see, that's a challenging little spot. So I'm going to change gears here a little bit, okay? And then, and that's cool too. I like moving around instead of the card. Well, you know what? I like that, you guys. And I like that you guys have, like, this is just something that whatever is comfortable for you, get in the groove. Like, once you get in the groove, like, and it's producing results and you're comfortable with it, stick with it, And I want everybody to hear me real loud and clear. I'm not the best or the only way or whatever. These shows that I do for you guys is showing you stuff that I know how to do. That's it. That I know how to do. So please, I would never want to come across as like this way or no way. I hate people that act like that in anything. So the last thing I'm going to do is, when it comes to your card time and your hangout time, is I'm not going to say, oh, this is the only way because I know better. No way. Whatever's comfortable for you. So I'm using card spray because I don't know what this crap is, and it would be nice to be able to get it off. Or it could be an example where I show you like, hey, it's part of the gig. Sometimes crap doesn't come off. It looks so easy to come off. I'm struggling with this, you guys. I always think it's going to be simple. Well, the cleaning in the front was simple. This might be challenging. If I would have stuck with the front, I would look like a pro. And now I'm getting stuck back here. But here, that's as real as it gets. Look at that, you guys. It's like some sort of... It looks like something you'd wipe off in 2 seconds. But it's almost like melted plastic. I can't even get any of it to come off. So let me teach you something. There's always something to teach. That's why these sessions are cool. Look at that. Looks so... If any of you guys even sent me a picture of this, I think my answer would say, yeah, you should get that off. Put a little polish on it. Put a little card spray on it. I can't even get... If it gets to this point, don't be afraid to use your fingernail. I can't even make a mark in it. It's almost like the plastic melted at some point and it was like compromised. Because the thing is, if I could chip any of this crap off, and now I'm giving it the business, man. I'm scratching the crap out of it. Let me see if I got anything under my fingernail. Nope. If I could scratch it off, I know I could clean it off. But for whatever reason, that stuff is tricky. So let me try one more thing. Since it looks sticky, the best killer of sticky stuff is polish. Just like we cleaned the back of that Isaiah card. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too impatient when I preach patience. But usually anything that comes off a card like this, especially when it was just in there, would come off. Yeah, vinegar, it's like, the thing is, if vinegar would kill it, so would card polish, Theoretically, it'd be this, it would do it. But I think it is I can't even get it to change one bit. But I'm falling down a rabbit hole here, so I won't make you guys fall down this hole with me. But here's what I want you to do. That's how you identify if something ain't going to do a damn thing for you. I can't even get a bit of it to go away, you guys. Nothing. Zero. But let me show you the easy part of my job. See, you'll fall into other things. As soon as you start digging into cards, you're going to find more stuff on them. I'll look on the back of this one to see if this one has it too. So let's see how we did on the cleanup job, though. So you see, I had all that like kind of film over it that just comes on it, and then just a simple cleanup, you guys will bring it pretty much back to life. So that's kind of like your side by side. I'll look at the back of this one here in a second. But that's super satisfying, super easy. Let's just see if this one has the same thing. Nope, I should have picked this one. Then I could have looked really good. I'd have been like, perfect, look at that, no problem. It's weird. I can't scratch it off either. And it looks like a substance. But I guess it could be damaged top coat. Has to be. It won't even wipe off one bit. So in that case, you're allowed to wave the white flag and say, dude, this card, it ain't doing a damn thing. So that's the braid. That's the gig, man. Sometimes look at that stuff. That front will clean up nice when it used to look like that. But you got something burnt into the back of a card, it ain't gonna do much. So these are fun. Get a whole stack. Anything you guys got like this. Card spray, card polish. Turn on some music. Enjoy your time with your cards. This stuff kicks ass. Super fun to work on, and that's what I want you to do. So for anybody that's new, I want you guys just to get comfortable working on stuff like this. Just get cool with it. Get comfortable with it. Get it. Work on cards like this until you can do it like without even thinking much about it. So it's just super easy. All right. So now hang tight. Let's bring these back. Let's bring these back into the into the mix, if you don't mind. Because if you guys were here from the beginning, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna lick it. 1 second. Let's try. Nope. I licked it. It doesn't taste like anything. I tried. All right. Well, hey, we learned together, right? So if anybody thinks I can get everything in the world off of a basketball card, it's not true. But I can make the front look pretty. So got that. There's your basics. Now, this, you guys, if you're wondering what I have in here, I'm going to show you. Because we started off the show earlier saying, like, I have guys hitting me up tonight and saying, like, hey, Kurt, I was excited. I worked on my card on the corner, but I think I put too much card spray on the corner because I got a hard line now. So I was showing you guys how to do that and how to get that to go away. Okay, so let's see how we did. And yeah, let me read a couple questions. I got some good ones. You guys are on fire tonight. I love this. These plates, you guys, and I should be better at that. So like the plates, the foam applicators. Let's see, what else? Microfibers, little stuff like that. You guys, I get all this stuff on Amazon. And on my website, which is kurtzcardcare.com, I have a little tab at the top called Products We Love, because I figured it'd be easy for everybody to, like, so when they see this, they're like, all right, I need one of those. What the hell do you call it? You guys are the freaking best. You're already answering it. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I don't need to answer those questions. My homies got my back. All right? So let's see here. Sorry, I'm a little particular when it comes to, like, before I get to the next step, which is I don't like leaving stuff laying around. It's the easiest way to, like, transfer something onto a card or touch something that you don't want to touch. So just be organized. Or if you're not an organized person, that's okay too. Just try to be, try to keep your area clean. You don't want to accidentally bring something over onto your card at the last minute. You know what I mean? So let's do this. Oh, hey, will you ever get your products on Amazon? Yes, Amp Blue Studio. I am actually filled out all the paperwork and got the approval, and it should be up and running hopefully soon. I'm just as a one-man band. Sometimes the stuff will suck me in for hours, and then I got 25 messages I got to reply to. So I'm chipping away at it. So let's see. Hey, there we go. Okay, guys. Got the hard water spots out. That's good. So what we had here, you guys, was staining from having moisture in the corners. So this card's pretty gross, but that worked out. So what we did is we tapped them, got this area wet again, and got those hard marks out of there. Let's check out the other one. Can't even remember what the other one was. Where is it? All right. Oh, I think I remember now. It was an old baseball card. And it was this one. This one was the one that will be easier to see. And let me just take a quick look here, you guys. Sorry if I missed anybody. Steve, good question, man. I wish I could crack the code on scratches on a Chrome card. The only thing I ever can really do is just polish it a handful of times. It's sometimes you'll score and they aren't very low and they're not very deep into the card. Other times they're scratch the hell out of the card and there's nothing you can do about it, man. So spend at least 5 minutes doing applications with card polish on any of those blemishes you see. All right, so this card had 2 stains, one there, one there. I can still see that one, but it might just be wet still. So let's just see if we can let it dry a little bit. Bottom one looks good. Got that bottom. The bottom one looked just like that. But let me show you guys. We'll wrap this thing up here real quick. So I'm gonna get my little. Yeah, that's dirty. So I'm gonna get a little bit of cotton again. We'll do a little bit of card spray, and I'm just gonna reactivate this area a little tiny bit. This is how you get the lines out of a corner. And you just want to kind of get you don't want to soak the card, and it looks like I'm soaking it. I'm just getting it a little bit lightly wet on the surface. Yes, it should dry in front of our eyes actually. And other times, like I'll use like my card mat too, and I'll just give it a little. If I just want the surface to dry quickly like that. And thanks to you guys again for being here tonight and joining this. I know we covered a lot of little things here, but it was mainly the busiest questions I've been getting asked lately with stuff like this is modern stuff, a little bit of paper stuff and things like that. So I'm going to let that thing hang out for a second here, you guys, and I'm going to come back and say what up. And make sure I didn't miss too much here tonight. And you guys, thanks for everybody that knows the answers to some of the frequently asked questions, because I know that we do get some new viewers here, and I want everybody to ask me stuff, and feel free to, pick my brain. But sometimes I'll get like looking down at the screen or looking down at the cards, and I just don't see every question, So if you guys know this about me, I don't have a business without you guys, man. So I respect the hell out of you. So anytime you guys have a question, you're welcome to send me a message or anything like that. I'll always answer. So now let me jump up here. Tonight's drink of choice has no caffeine in it, so I'm drinking a Prime. So cheers to all my collector friends out there. I haven't forgot about this card. I'm just letting it dry. I think it will dry without that stain right now. That's why I didn't put it back between the mats. I think it's right on the verge of getting out. So I'm going to show you here in a second. Okay? But let me read some questions. So then, let's see here. Let me take a look at the rest of my questions, guys. No, I'm located in Detroit. Let me take a look here. Thanks. Some guy jumped on. This is fake. Okay. Watch the show, buddy. I'm sure the 5 cards you tried on. Thanks for taking the time. You're at the right place. So anyways, that's funny, man. But I hope you guys. I'm excited to see all the great feedback that you've been sending me, and all the pictures and all the hard work you've been doing. Yeah, and you get out what you put in. That's for sure. You know what I mean? So if you got to use your brain to work on cards too, your hands, your brain, and you got to think about it. And you know what? You do though, and you pay attention and you work hard on it. You'll do a great job with it. And let me just we'll go back to this card real quick. And I'm going to show you the back of that. And I think, hold on, let me just take a look at it. Almost got this one all the way dry, you guys. I'm just working on that top left corner. I'm going to put up the after picture, but I think that you guys get the... I think that I was able to get most of it out like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's all good, you guys. I that's funny. It's like you make a service to teach people how to do stuff and like add value to stuff, and you always get one of those dudes. And I'm sure it's somebody that's like, runs and hides real quick too. All right, so that's the technique, you guys. Just do that. All right, do that a handful of times, and you will be able to. Let me take a look here. If you guys just do that, you'll get those hard stains out of the corners. All right. So anyways, I hope that this one was pretty helpful for you guys. And just let me look over here. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Just going up and down my feed here. And all right, guys. So, hey, I think that we covered a lot. And this one is almost... The top will look like the bottom is what I'm trying to say. But I hope that was helpful, you guys, because I do get that message a few times. And just remember, when you're working on your corners, and if you're not going to soak the whole card and we're doing a little bit of card spray to work on corners, just use a little bit. Teeny bit. And that will be that will be good. That will get you there. I was hoping this thing would dry completely for you guys. Here, like I said, sometimes I'll just use my little mat. All right, we're getting close. Getting close, right? So I still got a little bit in there, but you do that, you'll get those spots out of there, no problem. All right. And so then, let me turn this around, you guys. And as usual, I just want to say I appreciate you and I thank you. And I'm glad that you guys could come over and spend some time here tonight. And I will be back next week. I got some cool stuff going to go on this week. I got more of my usual, just cool card tips and help and things like that. And if you are going to get into card care, it's not a sprint. So, and if you got scratched up cards and you buy card polish and you think, oh yeah, this is gonna make all these scratches go away. No, it's not. No, it won't. Like, be realistic. Come on. But again, the more you put in, the more you're gonna get out. And keep up the good stuff, man. You guys are so inspiring to see all the good stuff that you guys do. And hope to see you guys at a show soon or somewhere soon or whatever, or talk or communicate. And I just appreciate you guys so much. So I hope that I made that loud and clear. I hope tonight's demonstration helped out. And I keep on eyeing this card. Yeah, we're right there, man. We're right there. I'll post some before and after pictures tomorrow. And I hope you have a great rest of the week. And appreciate the hell out of you guys, all right? So have a good night. And remember, we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. I'm Kurt with Kurt's Card Care. Later.